process of having such a good attempt. It's totally cool. Even though it could be a boy or a girl announcing this, it is the top 20 movies you can recognize by hearing just one line. Do you think it's a boy or a girl? This is 2/6/2023, and that's 17 minutes with Mike commentating. You know what I see first? I got a question for y'all.
With great films come even greater quotes. Hey guys, I'm Rebecca from Watch Mojo, and today we are counting down our picks for the top 20 movies you can name by hearing just one line.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we have a problem.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. That means we're looking at recognizable lines of dialogue that immediately evoke their respective films. Because some of these lines come at climactic moments in their films, a spoiler alert is now in effect. Alright, let's get to it.
Big man in a suit of armor. Take that off. What are you? Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
Number 20. Why So Serious? The Dark Knight.
Well, look at these scars. My father was a drinker and a fiend.
In the midst of his Gotham crime spree, the Joker terrified his rivals simply by explaining where his scars came from. In his first version of the story, he claims his face was carved up by his own father, as part of a psychotic attempt to turn his frown upside down.
Why so serious? He comes at me with a knife. Why so serious? He sticks the blade in my mouth. Let's put a smile on that face.
The twisted humor of his dad's words are perfectly on brand for Joker, becoming more chilling the more he repeats it. Thanks to Heath Ledger's performance, Why So Serious elicited all the crazed violence of The Dark Knight.
Why so serious?
Number 19. I Wish I Knew How to Quit You. Brokeback Mountain.
So what we got now is Brokeback Mountain.
Jack Twist in Ennis Del Mar's country romance was full of hardship. With family lives and homophobic attitudes straining their relationship, Jack finally explodes at Ennis for keeping him at arm's length. Despite all his anger, Jack offers up this tortured, poetic line when he admits that he can't get over his feelings for Ennis.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
His gruff words capture the rancher personas that most people remember about Brokeback Mountain, and perfectly express the frustration and agony of the moment.
Total Patsy, Jenna Bush, Reese Witherspoon was just on TV. Can fire $5 per day.
Number 18. You talking to me? Taxi Driver.
You talking to me?
No, I'm talking to him.
You talking to me?
No, I'm talking to him.
New York can be a lonely city. And Travis Bickle is not only alone, he also has to witness the crime and indecency of the city streets at night as he works as a taxi driver. His frustration leads him to buy a gun as he prepares to take the law into his own hands.
They're spraying stuff in their hair.
Bickle halts arguments in his mirror and practices drawing his weapon, resulting in a macho back and forth with himself.
Who the hell else are you talking to?
You talking to me?
The chat is frightening and unhinged.
I'm on
The things that
Pinochle
Martin
right now.
Scorsese and Robert De Niro do best. Number 17. Life is like a box of chocolates. Forrest Gump.
Hello. My name's Forrest Gump. Do you want a chocolate?
Forrest Gump's mama teaches him a lot about life, and he preaches her words like proverbs. So, when Forrest tries to offer a chocolate to a stranger, he also drops in this amazing analogy.
My mama always said life was like a box of chocolates.
Until they had oatmeal.
You never know what you're gonna get.
The line sums up the events of the movie, which is all about Forrest's different life experiences, and he reflects his interesting perspective on the uncertainties of life. While the film is full of wise lines and quotes from Forrest's mama, this particular nugget stands out by reflecting its several characters' optimism and insight.
Austin Airport.
Number 16. I Dare You. I Double Dare You. Pulp Fiction.
What country you from? What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English and what?
Tarantino's 1994 crime film is full of iconic moments and recognizable quotes. And great vengeance and furious anger was definitely on our radar, this spot to Jules' other line when he's shaking down Brett for double-crossing their boss. The panicked Brett just can't stop saying what, even with his life on the line. So, Jules lays down a simple challenge.
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
Unfortunately, Brett just can't help himself. Moral of the story? Don't piss off Samuel L. Jackson.
Does he look like a bitch? What? He looks like a bitch.
Number 15. I'm the king of the world. Titanic. With the wind flowing in their hair and a new life ahead of them, Jack and Fabrizio are ecstatic to be on board the Titanic, the ship that even God himself couldn't sink. Supposedly, Jack is so over the moon that he throws his arms in the air and lets out this dramatic shout.
I'm the king of the world!
His enthusiasm matches the theatricality of the scene, drawing audiences into his moment of joy, and evokes a strong sense of hope that makes the film's conclusion all the more tragic.
Mojo, 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 Mojo.
I'll never let go. Number 14. Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. Kill my father. Prepare to die. The Princess Bride.
Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
What's heroic revenge without a monologue? Fencing master Inigo Montoya has one of the best. He's vowed to kill his father's murderer, the Vizier Count Rugen.
Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
At first, the furious passion behind his words doesn't seem to be enough to win the fight. He is stabbed over and over again, and seems to be losing strength. That just makes it all the more satisfying to watch him repeat his catchphrase over and over as he gets back up and takes Rugen down.
Hello! My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Number 13. You can't handle the truth. A Few Good Men.
You snotty little bastard.
It's a line that's come to define courtroom drama. As two Marines face murder charges, Lieutenant Caffey boldly calls in Colonel Jessup to explain his role in events.
Colonel.
As the exchange degenerates into shouting, Caffey demands answers instead of excuses.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Jessup's response is so blunt that it silences the room. The Colonel's rage also shows us just how twisted his sense of honor really is. Jack Nicholson's fierce performance keeps audiences coming back to this scene and makes the line
Only
iconic.
2.5 million subscribers.
Places you don't
I'm
talk.
sorry, 25 million
You
subscribers.
want me on that ball. You need me on that
25
ball.
million
Number
subscribers.
12. Here's looking at you, kid.
Here's looking at you.
Casablanca.
That plane leaves the ground and you're not with him, you'll regret it.
1942.
Maybe not today.
I'm
maybe
sorry,
not tomorrow,
Title
but soon,
42?
for the rest of your life.
Who's at the
Goodbyes can be
border?
hard at the
Eagle
best of
Pass?
times, let alone in times of war. It's not any easier for American expat Rick Blaine when he tells Ilsa that she can't stay with him
Ilsa.
in Casablanca. As he sacrifices his own happiness,
Casablanca
knowing that she'll be
record?
safer and happier taking the plane to Lisbon with his
Kiss me
husband Victor
goodbye.
Laszlo, he offers some
This is
sage
only number
advice.
10.
His farewell culminates in these
She's
iconic
got a
parting
cute voice,
words.
only 25 million
Cool and noble,
subscribers.
Rick's send-off is too smooth to argue with.
He's looking at you, kid.
Number 11. I See Dead People, The Sixth Sense. Cole is clearly troubled by something, but his psychologist Malcolm can't seem to get a clear answer. After the two establish some trust, however, the young boy opens up about his terrifying secret. I see dead people. The implications of his words are chilling, whether or not Malcolm believes them at the time. Cole's brief explanation imbues the film with a classic M. Night Shyamalan air of creepy mystery, dropping in just enough foreshadowing to enrich repeat viewings. This is one scene that definitely takes on a new tone once you know the end.
Does it hurt anymore?
Number 10. You Shall Not Pass. The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring.
Get out!
Just as Frodo and the rest of the Fellowship are finally about to escape the mines of Moria, a Balrog arrives to cut their mission short. Despite a considerable size difference, Gandalf squares off with the fiery beast and beats it back. With all of his might, the Great Wizard stares down the Balrog and lets out one battle cry for the ages. Ian McKellen is utterly involved in this dominating performance, and quite frankly, we would hate to be in the Balrog's shoes. Number 9. I love the smell of napalm napalm in the morning. Problems now.
Smell that? You smell that? Napalm, son. Nothing else in the world smells like that.
Francis Ford Coppola's epic war film was based on Joseph Conrad's novella Heart of Darkness, but included more than a few classic original lines of dialogue. In one of the film's most famous scenes, Lieutenant Colonel Kilgore practically beams as he watches his troops drop napalm in Vietnam.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
His unusually chipper reaction to the oily stench is especially eerie because he throws it out there like it's a common turn of phrase. Actor Robert Duvall's callous delivery amid horrifying carnage perfectly captures the spirit of the movie.
Smells like victory.
Number 8. Say hello to my little friend, Scarface.
Okay. You want to play rough? Okay.
Drug overlord Tony Montana carried so much charm in his rise to power that he seemed to have a line for every situation. So it came as no surprise that as he was facing death from a rival kingpin's henchman, Montana was inspired to give the goons a piece of his mind. With lots of cocaine and heavy firepower to back him up, Tony managed to be badass and hilarious all at the same time.
Say hello to my little friend!
The deranged mix of humor and violence was central to Tony's character, and showed that he wouldn't let something like gunfire get him down. Number 7. Here's Johnny, The Shining.
I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains.
Jack Nicholson's performance as Jack Torrance was all too believable, and this one line is a perfect example. Driven insane by supernatural forces at the Overlook Hotel, Jack turns on his family, chopping through a bathroom door to reach his terrified wife. His riff on the intro from The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson was both absurd and horrifying all at once.
Here's Johnny.
Nicholson actually improvised the line, and the scene wouldn't have been the same without it. Taken from the movie's climax, it's become emblematic of the movie. Number 6. There's no place like home. The Wizard of Oz. When Dorothy is whisked off to the magical land of Oz, she realizes very quickly that she is far, far from home.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
While her quip about not being in Kansas is oft quoted, her magical mantra at the end of her journey holds a closer tie to the film, since uttering it is pivotal to the plot. Turns out she had the power to return home all along. She just didn't know it.
There's no place.
The additional visuals of her ruby slippers and the magical power of her incantation help etch this saying into people's memories.
No place like home.
Number 5. You're gonna need a bigger boat. Jaws.
Come on down and chump some of this shit.
With a massive shark terrorizing Amity Island, Police Chief Martin Brody, oceanographer Matt Hooper, and grizzled professional shark hunter Quint head out to kill it. While Brody is throwing bait into the water, however, the monstrous shark sneaks up on him instead. Realizing with shock how huge the shark really is, the chief slowly backs away, and once in the cabin, makes this deadpan observation to Quint.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
It's a humorous moment in a tense situation, and filmmakers and fans alike quote it to this day. Number 4. I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse. The Godfather.
How'd he do that?
My father made him an offer he couldn't refuse.
Few things are more ominous than a gangster being big. On the day of his daughter's wedding, Mafia patriarch Don Corleone listens to requests from family members and associates. When singer Johnny Fontaine comes whining about a movie role, the Don soothes him with an ambiguous promise.
But you're the rest well, in a month from now, this Hollywood big shot's gonna give you what you want.
Too late. They start shooting in a week.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Marlon Brando's confident and casual delivery shows just how powerful Corleone is long before you see his offer carried out. The menace lurking just behind Don's otherwise innocuous statement makes it one of the most memorable moments in mobster cinema. Number 3. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Gone with the Wind.
I want to see if somewhere there isn't something left in life of charm and grace. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I only know that I love you.
That's your misfortune.
Not all romances end happily ever after. Scarlett O'Hara and Rhett Butler's relationship is an emotional roller coaster. After seeing Scarlett embracing Ashley Wilkes, Rhett has had enough, and it's then that Scarlett realizes she does love Rhett after all. Viewers could have been forgiven for assuming that Rhett would hear her heartfelt appeal and change his mind. Instead, He shoots her down in a moment of brutal honesty, using language that was pretty risky for the times.
You go. Where shall I go? What shall I do?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Though the language has since become pedestrian, the impact of Rhett's rejection has remained timeless. Number 2, I'll Be Back, The Terminator.
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Sure, out of context, it's banal, but when a line's context involves a murderous time-traveling robot, well, it changes a lot. Arnold Schwarzenegger's monotone performance lends a sinister edge
I'll be
to the line,
right back.
especially since only the audience knows what he's capable of. Even next to some of the Terminator's more colorful one-liners, the comedy and tension here stick with you. I'll Be Back instantly invokes Schwarzenegger and the Terminator franchise, and the line has become a staple of pop culture parodies.
Wait, where are you going?
I'll be back.
Do you guys know what number 1 on this list is going to be? Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn, but I'll be back to tell you after these honorable mentions.
This is Sparta!
Show me the money! Show me the money! I feel the need for speed. Ow!
The census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Number 1, No, I Am Your Father. Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back.
Luke, tell them. May the Force be with you.
Luke's
It's now
quest
the
to defeat
6th.
the Galactic Empire puts him head-to-head with the evil Darth Vader. But why does Luke denounce Vader for killing his dad? The villain reveals an even darker truth.
He told me you killed me. I am your father.
Given how
Yoda
shocking
is
this
the
twist is in the story, Luke's devastated reaction mirrored the audience's. While May the Force Be With You appears in the series more, the emotional force behind this line is much stronger. The fact that it's misquoted endlessly as Luke, I Am Your Father, only shows how closely it's attached to the franchise.
That's impossible!
Since the things you know.